Hello and welcome to the Hollywood, Florida Inside ETFs edition of The Exchange. As a reminder, today's interview is for informational purposes only. The NYC does not recommend investments or investment strategies. I'm joined by Brian O Donnell. He's a co-founder at Bondbloxx. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Doug.
Bondbloxx, I mean, you guys are doing something in the ETF space that no one else is doing. And I want you to sort of describe that to our audience because that's a big statement. Tell us what you're doing with fixed income.
Sure. So Bondbloxx, at our core, we believe that fixed income ETF investors have been underserved by the options and the amount of choices that are out there relative to equities, as you know. There are only 20% of the ETFs and 20% of the ETF assets in the US are geared towards fixed income. And we believe that there is an opportunity for us to bring more precision and more choices for fixed income ETF investors to the market, and so that's what we're doing.
Yeah, and so let's dig in now, right? So we're talking about fixed income bonds. We're talking about precision investing.
Yes.
Explain what that means, because you're wrapping it in an ETF. I mean, you're talking truly new and novel here.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Yeah, so what we're doing exactly is, and what we're hearing from the market is that bonds are back,
yeah.
As you can appreciate, and with the Fed having had 10 rate rises and bringing the Fed funds rate up to 500 basis points over the past year and change, there's obviously a lot more yield in fixed income now, whether it be treasuries or credit market exposures or other. And what we're basically doing is slicing and dicing across treasuries and across the spectrum of credit indices to offer investors more precision, more choice to better manage duration and or the credit profile of their portfolios.
Yeah, so now let's dig even deeper. So sure. Pick a couple of your ETFs, the special little stars, the hidden gems, if you will,
yeah.
That every investor should know about, and tell us a little bit about them.
Okay, yeah. Well, as you know, Doug, there's been a lot of flow into Treasury ETF and Treasury securities, particularly with uncertainty in the markets today. So we did bring out a suite of 8 precision Treasury duration-oriented ETFs. And what we're seeing is for investors that either want to go to cash and or just manage the risk, we're seeing a lot of flow into our short duration Treasury ETFs, XHLF, our 6-month duration, X1, our 1-year duration, have seen a lot of flows, as you can appreciate. As we're starting to see investors extend out and wanting to put more duration into their portfolios, we're actually seeing those investors start to extend out on the curve using our Treasury ETFs.
Yeah, and what's so new and novel here, right, is the idea you buy a single ETF and you always own that duration.
That's right.
The portfolio itself is taking care of it for you, so you can own 1 year, you can own 6 months.
That's right.
You're not sitting there like your own active manager trying to buy and trade bonds and find liquidity.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, and so explain a little bit more about the suite, because again, new and novel here.
Yeah, well thanks, Doug. Yeah, so, and we've obviously priced them at scale, so what we say tongue-in-cheek, as you can appreciate, for the 6-month and the 1 year, we will roll T-bills for you for 3 basis points. And again, as you have people that might want to put more duration on in the portfolio, they now have a much more precise tool, even as far out as 20-year duration. We have that available to them so they can really start to leg out and pick their spots on the curve where they might want to be.
And all wrapped in an ETF, all wrapped on the stock exchange, New York Stock Exchange.
That's right.
For someone who's out there and they want to learn more about the lineup, tell us a little bit about where they go.
Yeah, so you can go to our website, obviously, bondbloxxetf.com with 2 X's. You can call us anytime. The New York Stock Exchange has great information on our products.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. If you go to etfcentral.com as well and type in Bondbloxx, it's, as he said, Bondbloxx, B-L-O-X-X.
That's right.
You will find their entire lineup of ETFs. You can learn more and it'll connect right back into them. Again, Brian, I want to thank you for joining, sharing a little bit about how you guys are doing new and novel things in our industry.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. As a reminder, if you caught this episode live, you're looking for additional thought leadership content, you can find it all where else but etfcentral.com, all brought to you by the New York Stock Exchange, the home of ETFs.